ways, neither walk after other gods to your hurt. To your hurt. Worshipping false gods, worshipping demons and idols is to your hurt. And that's what goes on in these temples, these synagogues of Satan. Neither walk after other gods to your own hurt. There's only one God. Then I will cause you to dwell in this place in the land that I gave to your fathers forever and ever. Behold, ye trust in lying words that cannot profit. Satan is a liar. That's what Jesus said. Jesus called him a liar. He came to deceive. He's a liar from the beginning. He said, you of your father the devil. He was a liar from the beginning. That's what he told the Pharisees. And the truth's not in him. When he's speaking a lie, he's speaking it by his nature. Because the truth is not in him. And all the followers of his are liars too. The truth is not in him. Of this ancient occult religion, they all are liars. For they follow in the father of lies. Then I will cause you to dwell in this place, in this land, and give it to your fathers forever and ever. Behold, ye trust in lying words that cannot profit. Will ye steal, murder, and commit adultery, and swear falsely, and burn incense unto Baal? Like I said, this goes way back. It's an ancient occult. Baal and Asherah worship. And walk after other gods whom ye know not. Now this is his own people he's dealing with. That's been backslidden and is blaspheming God's name. And come and stand before me in this house, which is called by my name, and say, we are delivered to do all these abominations. God calls them abominations. What's going on in your Mason temple, your synagogue of Satan, is an abomination to God. Now I'm dealing with you people, looking you right in the eye and telling you to get the hell out. Because a lot of you sitting up in churches, and especially these goddamn pastors that's members. Sitting up in Satan's church, you can't hold certain, we're going to get to that at the end. I'm going to say that for you at the end. You can't hold God's hand and Satan's hand. You are so deceived. And you are a liar. And you follow the father of lies. And I'm telling you to your face, you're going to hell without even blinking. That's what these people tried to do. Tried to serve God and serve the devil. A little God and a little Satan. The two don't mix. Light and darkness don't mix. Will ye steal, murder, and commit adultery? Because that's usually what happens when you serve Satan. This is just part of the program here. Will you steal, murder, and commit adultery, and swear falsely, and burn incense unto Baal? Anybody that worship Baal, worship the moon, sun, the demons, Satan, this is what you do. You steal, you murder, you commit adultery, and you swear falsely. You worship the moon god, the sun god, any of these false gods, these false deities, Satan himself, don't make you a good person. It makes you evil. You live by his laws. I don't care what cloak your religion come under. 1,000 roads to hell. Jesus said, I'm the way, the truth, and the life. No one come to the Father but by me. I had friends of different religious backgrounds. I told them face, you're going to hell. You don't get it right with Christ while you're here, you're going to hell. See, this is a religion. You believe your religion's right, the other guy's wrong. And some of them told me I'm going to their hell with their religion. I said, okay, we'll see. That's the essence of religion. What good is a religion? Who needs it? for the afterlife. Will ye steal, murder, and commit adultery, and swear falsely, and burn incense unto Baal, and walk after other gods whom ye know not, and come and stand before me? You can't worship God and worship the devil. You can't go to a seance on Saturday night and then go to church on Sunday morning and think you're going to get into heaven. You crazy. I'm telling you right now, you're going to hell. Palm read, tarot card, astrology, go to a witch, go to a medium, and think you're going to heaven. Are you serious? You better read Deuteronomy 18 again. This is God telling you right here. You don't even have to go there. You can read it right here. Go to your Mason temple and think you're going to heaven? No. They blaspheme God in these places. Those ceremonies, those rites are blasphemous. They denounce Christ. You part of something that's denouncing Christ while you hooping and hollering and faking it on Sunday. With your stupid rings on and stuff that you're proud of. And your stupid secret handshakes and your signs and all that. Thinking you're going to get into heaven with your lukewarm self. God's going to vomit you out his mouth. That's what these people are doing right here. It's what God's rebuking them for right here. They're going to church and then worshiping the devil on the side. Will you steal, murder, and commit, and swear falsely, and burn incense to Baal, and walk after other gods whom ye know not, and come and stand before me? No. In this house, which is called by my name, you're no different than the churches. People doing in secret, behind closed doors. Exposure. Which is called by my name, and say, we are delivered to do all these abominations. In this house, which is called by my name, became a den of robbers in your eyes. Remember what Jesus said. Jesus took and horse whipped them out of the temple, called them den of thieves. He said, in this house, which is called by my name, become a den of robbers in your eyes. Behold, even I have seen it, saith the Lord. Hustling out the temple. But go ye now into my place, which was in Shiloh, where I set my name at first, and see what I did to it for the wickedness of my people in Israel. That was the northern tribe of Israel, where God's temple was, in Shiloh. God burnt it to the ground. Had the enemies come in, slaughter them, and carry some of them captive into Assyria. God ain't playing. And now, because ye have done all these works, saith the Lord, and I spake unto you, rising up early, and speaking, but ye heard not. And I called you, but ye answered not. That's God's prevenient grace reaching out to you. We have free will. You can turn God, you can slap God's hand away and say, no, I don't want to be bothered. And he'll let you go your merry way. Okay, you say, God's saying, my will be done, or okay, thine will be done, and go ahead. He said his spirit will always strive with man. God ain't going to wrestle with you forever. And now because ye have done all these works, saith the Lord, and I spoke unto you, rising up early and speaking, but ye heard not. And I called you, but ye have not answered. You answered not. Therefore will I do unto this house, which is called by my name, which I gave you and to your fathers, as I have done to Shiloh. He said, I'm going to wipe you out. And I will cast you out of my sight, as I have cast all of your brethren, even the whole seed of Ephraim. That was the northern tribe. They're dealing with the southern tribe, Judah. And Nebuchadnezzar of Babylon is going to wipe them out. Therefore, pray not for this people. Oh, let me read this again. For this is for you praying mantises. To think God can always be moved with prayer. And let's read this again. Therefore, pray not for this people. God's telling you not to pray for them. Sometimes when God turns off on a person, you're wasting your breath praying for them. Therefore, pray not for for this people, neither lift up a cry nor a prayer for them. Let that seep in. No prayer, no hope, no nothing. These people are going to hell. They got their bags packed and they going express. So don't pray for them. Don't try to even convince me, because all you can do is piss God off. Once he says something, his mind's made up. He's not like us. Therefore pray not for them, for this people. Neither lift up a cry or prayer for them. Neither make intercession to me, for I will not hear thee. God's going to stop his ears. Seest thou not what they do in the cities of Judah and in the streets of Jerusalem? That's what's going on down the streets of America. Occultism is on the rise. You got it being plastered everywhere. You can't even turn the TV on without a commercial or stupid Super Bowl and the stupid Hollywood awards and this Hollywood music entertainment industry. All propagating Satan and Satanism and occultism. The same thing he's talking about here. We are seeped in it everywhere you turn. You're looking at a stupid eyeball, stupid eye of horse. That's what he's talking about. Seest thou not what they do in the cities of Judah and the streets of Jerusalem? The children gather wood, and the fathers kindle the fire, and the women knead their dough to make cakes and bake to the Queen of Heaven, and to pour out drink offerings unto other gods, that they may provoke me to anger. Those cakes, by the way, and just throw this in for free, were baked to the Queen of Heaven. Masa was the name of these cakes, where we get the word Christmas from. Masa. Cakes baked to the Queen of Heaven. Just thought I'd throw that in for free. You name the holiday, I'll show you the devil behind it. All these holidays are pagan. Christmas included. Halloween, definitely Halloween. Feast of Saturnalia. Easter, Asher, all pagan. And the grafting with Christ mixed in, it came in 400 AD under Catholicism. They said you can't beat them, let's join them. But they joined the idols to Christ. And that's another topic I'll be teaching on next time around doing these holidays. I'm going to teach on. Valentine's Day just passed. That's another ancient occultic holiday that goes way back to Babylon. To the satyr worship. Goat demon. A foul pervert demon. Where they had ancient occultic worship, great witch holiday, orgies were performed on so-called Valentine's Day. Like I said, you name the holiday, I'll show you the devil behind it. Now, not to stray too far from it. Now we're going to turn to, it's time you people wake up and realize this is warfare. Satan and his crew is on the march. We got a recalcitrant, lazy, lackadaisical, lukewarm, sold out so-called Christian church that has put down their sword, their armor, and pretty much put their head in the sand and became an ostrich. And God's raising up an army outside the church to combat this evil cabal that's spreading across the nation. Sorcery, witchcraft, ancient occultism on the rise. And Satan trying to rush God's timeline to bring in his new world disorder. To enslave man. And to kill him all. And to gobble up and get as many into hell as he can. Because he knows his days are numbered. And Christ's kingdom is rapidly approaching. It's dawning. And this beast kingdom, the sun is setting on. Now, let's turn to Ezekiel 8:7. Still dealing with this synagogue of Satan. Ezekiel 8:7. God is letting his people know you can't have no parts of me and parts of this. You can't worship me and worship idols. You can't turn my church. You even got churches erecting devil statues in the church. I'm not kidding. You can go online and look it up for yourself. Within the church, the real church, got statues of Satan. That's what these people did. Solomon put a golden calf up in the temple of God. Sure did. Symbol of Tammuz. Crescent moon and a star on the bull with the serpent on there. Ancient Occult symbol of the bull, Tammuz. All right. Let me see, verse Ezekiel 8:7. And he brought me to the door of the court. The guy once again showing another prophet what they're doing inside the church. And he brought me to the door of the court. And when I looked, behold, a hole in the wall. Then said he unto me, Son of man, dig now in the wall. And when I had digged in the wall, behold the door. And he said unto me, Go in and behold the wicked abomination that they do here. He said, go look at what they're doing behind the scenes. So you got these preachers, these Rufus Glittertees, Smiley Saw, New Age Balaam. Go see what they're doing behind the door, behind the closed door. See, catch them in the orgies, homosexual rites that they're doing, Satan worship. Go see what they're really doing. And he said unto me, Go in and behold the wicked abomination that they do here. So I went in and saw, behold, every form of creeping thing, and abominable beast, and all the idols of the house of Israel portrayed up on the wall round about. Got them displayed in the church. This is the church. Temple's the church. Temple of God. They turned it into the temple of the devil. And there stood before them 70 men of the ancients of the house of Israel. And in the midst of them stood Josiah, the son of Shaphat, with every man his censer in his hand. And a thick cloud of incense went up, burning incense to these demons. Sound familiar? It's pagan rite they're doing in the temple of God. Every man has thou seen which the ancients of the house of Israel do in the dark. These are the elders. Now this is the elders of the church, worshiping the devil in the dark. Ain't nothing new under the sun. That's what's going on today. Plenty of that. Like I say, you can't be a member of these Mason, Luciferian churches and a member of God. God's divine kingdom. The two don't mix. You're just fooling yourself. Or Illuminati this or the whatever. Evil dark forces that be. And hold God's hand. He said, you see the elders of the church in the house of Israel doing in the dark. And all this kind of occult worship always takes place in the dark because they worship darkness. Every man in his chambers of his imaginary, for they say the Lord seeth us not. They think they're hiding from the Lord. They're secret occult worship. For they say the Lord seeth us not. The Lord hath forsaken the earth. God had took a vacation. He said also unto me, turn thee yet again, and thou shalt see greater abominations than these. Something utterly detestable, abomination, something utterly detestable. God hates, utterly hates. Then he brought me to the door of the gate of the Lord's house, which was toward the north. And behold, there sat a woman weeping for Tammuz, the fake son God, the fake son of God, son God. Now he's the resurrected son God, son God. Symbol of Tammuz being, or Nimrod being resurrected, rebirth to his son. The son rebirth. But they literally worship the son. And she's weeping for Tammuz. This is the winter solstice ritual that she's doing, the festival. And that's usually occurred in December. Just thought I'd give you a clue. Then said he unto me, hast thou seen this, O son of man? Turn thee yet again, and thou shalt see greater abominations than these. God, see, God, the Bible says that nothing hid that shall not be revealed. That's what Christ said. He said nothing hid that shall not be revealed. God's going to show his prophet, his people, what they do in darkness. God's going to show us what's really going on behind closed doors. Exposure. God's always going to expose these people. He's not going to let them hide in darkness. Then said he unto me, hast thou seen this, O son of man? Turn thee again, and thou shalt see greater abominations than these. And he brought me into the inner court of the Lord's house, and behold, at the door of the temple of the Lord, between the porch and the altar, were about 25 men, 25 men, with their backs toward the temple of the Lord. Their backs is to the church. And their faces toward the east. Know any religions like that? That face the east as they pray? And they worship the moon god. Can you think of that religion? The ancient moon god, Allah, the moon god. With their backs toward the temple of the Lord, and their faces toward the east, and they worship the sun. Oh, the sun. Sun died. Doing your prayers based on the positionings of the sun. The sun died. Sounds familiar. And they worship the sun toward the east. Then he said unto me, hast thou seen this, O son of man? God showing his prophet. He's going to show his people what's really going on. Is it a light thing to the house of Judah that they commit the abomination? How many times did God use that word abomination? Something he utterly detests, hates. Which they commit here. For they have filled the land with violence. That's what's happening with our land. With all this occult worship. The land is now filled with violence. Well, you can't even protest in peace without getting hit upside the head with something. Now these demons that's worshiping This occult religion. Nothing's changed. With this religion comes violence. They commit abominations which they commit here, for they have filled the land with violence, and have returned and provoked me to anger. Pissed God off. God said, I'm pissed. And they put the branch to their nose. Therefore I will also deal in fury. Mine eye shall not spare, neither will I have pity. I'm going to wipe them out. And though they cry in my ears, this is God talking. This is for you, listen up. But when God gets enough and gets pissed off, don't waste your time praying or crying. I think we've read that, right? You got it in your head. You got to let it seep in your cranium. Neither will I have pity, and though they cry in my ears with a loud voice, yet I will not hear them. Hell is full of people screaming and hollering, and God has a deaf ear to them. You ain't getting out once you're in. Okay. Now we're going to end this. Hope you're getting a good idea that God don't tolerate competition. The Bible said we have taught in different videos and showed where God says, I'm a jealous God. He's not going to share his power. He's not going to share his glory. He's not going to let you worship anything else but him. He wants you wholeheartedly worshiping him. Not a little God and a little the devil. And if you're a member of any of these organizations already named, get out. Because you're only fooling yourself. God and the devil don't mix. I don't want to see. I've been this way all my life. Trying to wake people up to let them know what kind of God you're dealing with. This God don't play. You just read it for yourself. And he said, I change not. He ain't like us where we switch up and change our mind. He said, I'm God, I change not. He's the same today, yesterday, and forever. God doesn't change. Okay. No, this ain't the one I wanted. I'll read this, but this is where I wasn't going. For such are false apostles, deceitful workers, transforming themselves into apostles of Christ. That's what these ministers that's behind these pulpits, that's a member of these occultic organizations. For such are false apostles, deceitful workers, transforming themselves into apostles of Christ. And no marvel, for Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light. That's what they worship. They worship in Lucifer, the angel of light, behind closed doors, while they sit there and hoop and holler loud are members of these same organizations, especially the fat cats. All of them are. You name them, all of them, Rufus, Glitter, T, Smiley, Song. They got the capes on and sparks flying out their ass every Sunday as they huff and puff and sweat and strut over the stage. This is what they're a member of. They false prophets, false apostles. See if I can find this other one. I hope you learn that you can't serve God and serve the devil. The two don't mix. Anything I want you to come away with that is here today. Now, 1 Corinthians 10. We're going to start We're going to start at verse 4. 1 Corinthians 10, verse 4. And did all drink the same spiritual drink, for they drank that spiritual rock which they followed them. And the rock was Christ. I done taught on the rock. I already get that teaching, Jacob's pillar stone, that they carried in the wilderness where the water came out. And that's the rock that Moses struck to bring forth water. But with many of them God was not well pleased, for they were overthrown in the wilderness. God wiped 2.25 million people out for putting him on trial 10 times. He said, you tempted me 10 times. So I say, God's Spirit. Now we're reading a lot about God's ways. That's why we read this book, to show what God is really like. Not what the fake fairy tale spreaders has painted him out to be. We reduced him down to fairy tale. It's the real God we're dealing with. And he changes not. He gets real pissed off, and that's your ass when he does get really pissed. So, you want to stay on his good side. Now these things were made of my examples, to verse 6, to the extent that we should not lust after evil things as they also lusted. They turned evil. And that's what you have right now, our evil backslidden church. Worshiping the devil. Lukewarm. Neither be ye idolaters. Now we just read Jeremiah, and we just read Ezekiel, how God feel about, and we read 1 Kings, how God feel about idolaters. Solomon was one. Neither be ye idolaters, as were some of them, as it is written. The people sat down to eat, drink, and rose up to play. Not the kind of play you thinking, like Ring Around the Rosie. The play they did was orgies. Sexual right. Neither let us commit fornication. That's where the word pornea comes from. Porno. Pornography. Pornos in the Greek.